Look at this. Look, it doesn't even all fit in the frame. Going up, going down, going up, going down. It's the Sometimes Vlog. It's a vlog that happens sometimes. Look at the size of this heavy ball. It's the world on my shoulders. Do you know what this is, you guys? This, my friends, is Spaceship Earth, also known as the giant golf ball, also known as the Epcot ball to millions of people around the world who don't hang out here every day. But it's actually called Spaceship Earth because inside of this massive ball, look at, you can see the clouds rolling over it. It's a whole attraction. It's very hard to describe the attraction inside, and every time I try, people sort of disagree with me, but it's kind of like the People Mover crossed with Pirates of the Caribbean, crossed with the Carousel of Progress, but it's all about communication. So from the dawn of time and man learning to hunt together, all the way up until computers and Steve Jobs' car, and then all the way up until we realize that we need to communicate with each other on this little tiny planet floating through the cosmos, this Spaceship Earth. It all builds up towards a beautiful metaphor. At the present moment, it's narrated by that dame, Judi Dench, you know, from James Bond, etc. It is a pretty massive and amazing attraction. Look how big it is. Now, people alternate between telling me, wow, Justin, holy cow, when I came last time to Walt Disney World, that ball is way bigger than I thought it was going to be. Or saying, wow, that ball is way smaller than I thought it was going to be. Look at the people down below. Look at the size of the human beings down in that line, not the ones close to us, but way back there entering the building. You can see them back there, and we'll get closer in a second. And it goes all the way up there. We're only seeing halfway up because of the diameter, radius, circular, the thing, it's huge. Take a tiny little people here, and then they're tiny in there. Look how big it is. So I told you guys before in the last vlog, and if you go on this channel, there's a playlist of Walt Disney World videos, and I talk about how growing up in California, we thought the entire theme park of Epcot was inside that wall. A little bit of a mistake, but it's okay. Epcot, this is an important Epcot day. Not only does Epcot once a year have this food and wine festival, so that's going on. It's massive, it's huge. There are a ton of people flooding into Epcot. Even though it's Thursday morning, they have foods from around the world and all kinds of food carts set up, and we will show you that later. It's going on all week, so we'll get to it. And not only does Epcot have this whole Leave a Legacy area, which some people call the Epcot graveyard, because rather than like a brick with your name on it, people could purchase their own like very comic book looking picture or symbol or a little message on the Leave a Legacy walls. Look at them. I think they look really cool. They look like something to me like out of the Fortress of Solitude or an old Superman movie or something like that. But some people don't like it, but I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, this is a very important Epcot day, and that's why I wanted to start up here in front of Spaceship Earth, not really in the park, because today, my friends, today, oh my friends, it's a very special day in the history of Epcot. And first of all, happy October 1st. Happy beginning of the true Halloween season. But October 1st is also a historic date in the history of science. October 1st, 1982 was the opening day of Epcot, which means happy birthday to you, Epcot. Happy birthday to you. That song is actually a copywritten song. We're actually not supposed to sing that song. So how about we'll do a Disney version? This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Well, that's what you get, Epcot. It's your company. It's your song. Yes, today is the anniversary of Epcot's opening day. The 33rd anniversary of Epcot's opening day. Today is Epcot's 33rd birthday, October 1st, 1982, making Epcot about 6 months older than me. So basically, Epcot's 33, I'm 32, so you're old, Epcot. You're old. I'm still young. I still got it. Shaking and baking. You know what's crazy is 32 is super young for a person, or 33, but 33 is super aged for a theme park, some people think. So a lot of people claim that Epcot's very dated. Oh, it's so dated and whatever, and it's stuck in the 80s. First of all, that's awesome. The 80s were awesome. Second of all, that's awesome. Third of all, that's amazing. Fourth of all, I don't think it's really stuck in the 80s. Epcot is an ideal. It's all about the future. Well, it's divided into two parts. There's the future world up here. And by the way, oh yeah, see, look at how tiny those people are. Oh my gosh, it's divided into two parts. There's future world with all these different pavilions and things, and then there's the World Showcase, which is the place in Walt Disney World. And if you've seen anything, go back in my vlogs, you can see with all the little countries and stuff, talking about Japan, talking about Morocco, talking about Canada, little countries, themed areas around different countries, and that's the World Showcase. Most of the food and wine festival is all over there, and they have booths with food from additional countries, and it's pretty crazy, but that'll be a whole separate thing. But yes, this thing, Epcot, has turned 33 today. It's Epcot's birthday. Happy birthday. Coincidentally, or maybe not coincidentally, October 1st, 1971 was also the opening day of Walt Disney World in general and the Magic Kingdom in specific. So two theme parks, the first two theme parks here, have the same birthday. I'm not sure about the other two theme parks, MGM and Animal Kingdom. For all I know, they also opened on October 1st, but I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure. I'm still learning all about Disney World. Here's the back of Spaceship Earth and the giant ball up here. These buildings that have innovations in them, which I think you guys know what innovations is if you're familiar with Disneyland. It's like a showcase of new products and new technology and that kind of thing. It used to be called the Communicore buildings. That was Communicore. Let's see. East, this was Communicore West. Now there's a character meet and greet in there. There's all kinds of things inside of there. And then behind this is Test Track, Wonders of Life Pavilion, and all kinds of different pavilions. So basically, Future World and the country. Epcot is sort of like a permanent World's Fair. If you know what the World's Fair is, Walt Disney was very heavily involved in the 1964 World's Fair. He was, oh, look at this little lizard. Hi. Hi, friend. No, come back. Now I have no friends. Now I have no friends. Please come back, Epcot lizard. That made a much louder sound than I was expecting and scared me inside of my heart muscles. Look at this massive, awesome fountain at Epcot, by the way. It's huge. Anyway, so behind the Communicore buildings, flanking this central courtyard and this fountain, are pavilions. And there are a whole bunch of different pavilions. There's the Land, the Seas, and Imagination over on this side, all about the Earth. And over on this side, there's Universe of Energy. I'm trying to think of all of them. There was Horizons, and they've changed it so much. But now, over there now, is Test Track, and then they have Mission Space, and then Ellen's Energy Adventure, and then there's this empty pavilion. It used to be called Wonders of Life, and they had like Body Wars, which is like a Star Tour simulator thing about the human body, and then they have this movie about, well, basically how human life is made, which a lot of people apparently were really uncomfortable with. And yeah, so there's a whole separate topic of conversation, which I feel like we'll get to either with some Random Land or some vlogs this week. I'm having a tough time figuring out exactly what my agenda is. The weather's against me. I bought this new camera and there's a hot pixel on it, the Sony a5100. If any of you know how to fix that, tweet me. Anyway, over here, there's a character meet and greet, shoot, all this stuff. We're walking through the Communicore buildings, and over to this is a pavilion for the Land. The Land. Over here is the Seas. The Seas has, I think, the largest, or what was at one time the largest saltwater aquarium, like in the world or in the United States. Massive saltwater aquarium. There are dolphins in there. There are fish in there. There are wonderful things in there. We could vlog, seriously, details and things about every single one of these buildings. I'm learning so much about their history and the different stuff that used to be in them. But basically, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm actually waiting for a friend of mine and checking out Epcot because today is its birthday. I'm going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party tonight at Magic Kingdom, which is just like Mickey's Halloween party at Disneyland, where it's a special event. It closes at a certain time. You have to have a ticket. You get inside and you go crazy enjoying the sights, sounds, and smells of basically Disneyland, or Magic Kingdom in this case. All Halloween themed. It's not scary. It's very cool. If you go back in the vlogs, you can see I went to the Disneyland version and did a little vlogging there. I also did a little filming, so I'm going to do filming on the Florida side. When I go back to Anaheim, I'm planning to do another night at Mickey's Halloween party and maybe talk about the differences and show footage from both. See, here is the pavilion for the Seas. The Seas. So now the main attraction of the Seas is the Nemo ride here. The Seas with Nemo and friends. So you go in and there's a dark ride, basically an omni-mover ride, which means kind of like the Haunted Mansion, you sit in a carriage and it goes through, but in this case you're sitting in a seashell. Oh, ooh, look at that. The Seas. And you go through the Nemo ride. Very, very similar, almost exactly identical to the one in Anaheim in the submarines, only here it's not in a submarine. You're in a big, nice clamshell with plenty of wonderful air conditioning. And so back behind all this, there's this huge aquarium in there with dolphins and all kinds of things. So it's crazy. I'm not 100% sure, I could be wrong. See, I'm learning all about Epcot, but I think the Seas actually might have opened after, or maybe part of the Seas opened after Epcot's opening day in 1982. But that's the Seas Pavilion over here, and then back over here we have the Land Pavilion. Now, I'm meant to understand, people have been trying to explain to me, the Land Pavilion is one of the few pavilions that's really very similar to how it was on opening day in 1982. But look how beautiful it is here. Look how beautiful, like, the landscaping is. Pufferfish. Look how beautiful this is. And the monorail comes sailing along here, and it's wonderful. So we're just kind of taking a look at some of the things, walking around here, enjoying Epcot's birthday. Happy birthday, little octopus that wasn't here in 1982, but still, happy birthday, palm tree. Happy birthday, landscape. So here is the pavilion for the land. Let's get a little closer. You can see there's quite a lot of people here at Epcot. It's Thursday morning. It's not summer vacation for anybody. Ducks. Not just any ducks. Epcot ducks. They don't speak. Oh, I only speak Disneyland duck. Oh, you're familiar with Disneylandish, huh? Okay, she's cool. Don't worry. We're getting along. It's fine. Over here at the Land Pavilion, the big thing, the main attraction these days is Soarin'. Just called Soarin' over here. It doesn't say Soarin' over anything, but it's exactly the same Soarin' over California that we have at Disney California Adventure. I think they started at the same time. They put them in both places at the same time. So Soarin' is now taking flight from the land, but there it is, the Land Pavilion. Look at that beautiful Florida sky. Now, it often portends wet weather. It's very humid, very warm. It's actually 82 degrees. It's 1982 degrees. Double happy birthday status. But it's very, very humid here. I've been sweating like crazy. I almost got way overheated yesterday. Super dehydrated. How did I forget to drink stuff? When in California it's so dry, and I can just go back to my house after a while. So no matter how long I go at Disneyland or whatever, if I don't drink water or anything, I'm okay. Because by the time I go back home, I'll sit down, I'll drink a bunch of water or Gatorade or Mountain Dew or whatever it is, and I'm totally fine. It's so dry, you don't really sweat. And then I forget when I come to the East Coast or anywhere humid that if you sweat a bunch, you're losing all your water and your electrolytes, and you really have to constantly hydrate yourself, at least if you're out from 6 in the morning till midnight like I was yesterday, running around Magic Kingdom and doing all kinds of filming and things and hanging out. We actually did come to Epcot for a little bit yesterday. It's crazy. So anyway, I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. And for those of you who want to see, this is the Land Pavilion. Here's a little taste of what it looks like. And then I'm going to go and be back with more vlogs later, because why not? Why not do multiple vlogs? I didn't really start with a bang on the whole vlogging from Disney World thing. I kind of started with a whimper, and I'm building my way up, because yesterday was a whole lot of Random Land B-roll. I filmed a lot with my new camera. Like I said, it's got a hot pixel, which means it's got this little red dot. Super annoying. Oh! Here's the sign. It's a sign. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's the sign. It shows all the attractions. Soarin'. Living with the land. A boat ride to a better understanding of the land, behind the scenes greenhouse tour, and Circle of Life. I've never seen this. This is supposed to be a movie. What is the Circle of Life thing, Wendy? It's like a movie, right?
Yes, it's a movie about the environment and conservation, and it has
That sounds so exciting, a movie about conservation. And then I wasn't actually being sarcastic. I just realized after I said it, that sounds really sarcastic, but I'm not being sarcastic. I am actually really excited. So there's Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba starring in the Circle of Life, an environmental fable. And here, bam, is this massive pavilion, the land. So there's Garden Grill, a rotating, as I understand it, restaurant that looks out into the greenhouse. There's Soarin', that goes back into another thing they built onto the pavilion. But here, Living with the Land, a boat ride presented by Chiquita Banana, is this really cool, weird, let's go down and see if we can get closer to it. It's this really cool, funky, I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's a small world style boats. Maybe bigger than it's a small world style boats with these like canopies on them. And you go through this whole dark area with screens telling you about farming and the history of farming. Almost like a Spaceship Earth, but for dirt and plants. And you go out into actual working greenhouses where they show you like, and keep in mind that this is all built in the 80s, they show you all kinds of future farming techniques like terraced agriculture and hydroponics and then aquaponics, which is, well, you guys kind of know what hydroponics is these days. That's a buzzword for other things, but it's basically growing plants indoors so that you can conserve energy and treat the land better and all this kind of stuff. Better fertilizing techniques. Stuff that sounds really boring, I grant you, to most people. Like if you told your kids, we're gonna learn about fertilizing techniques today. Look at this, isn't this gorgeous though? Look at this. Your kids would probably be a little bit bummed. We're gonna learn about what, Grandpa? What are you trying to pull on me, Grandpa? I thought we were going to a theme park, and now you're gonna teach me about fertilizer and aquaponics. I don't want to know nothing about growing no fish, Grandpa, no future farm. But I promise you, it's actually, if you just be quiet and let yourself go, it's actually the most interesting, coolest, funkiest thing ever. So there's sort of like this faux, futuristic laboratory. So you can see the boats right here. Look at this, look at these boats. So they go through this little canal and they go into this whole greenhouse, and it's the coolest, weirdest, funkiest thing ever. So hopefully I'll be able to get that on Periscope. I don't know if Periscope will stay connected the entire time or whatever it is. And there used to be other attractions in here like Food Rocks, which was this whole animatronic food show where food sang to you and all kinds of different stuff. Now though, they put in Soarin', which is exactly like I said, the same film as Soarin' over California in Disney California Adventure. There's this restaurant over here, Sunshine Seasons. So there's been a lot of change at Epcot, a lot of Epcot fans, a lot of Epcot history nerds who are like, some of them are pretty hardcore. Like, here's a phrase, I was talking about this on Periscope last night. Here's a phrase I've heard, here's a sentence, a sample of what I've heard a lot meeting people here. Oh my gosh, dude, you have to go see this, this, and this at Epcot. Dude, Epcot is so awesome, you gotta go to Epcot. It totally sucks. What? Yeah, man, you gotta go to Epcot. The Land Pavilion is so awesome. It's like so 80s and there's this cool thing and it totally sucks. Wait, what? What is it? What sucks about it? Oh, they totally changed it, man. It used to be so much different and better and cooler, but it totally sucks now. But it's awesome. Very confusing. People love things so much that they start to hate them because they've changed, but they still love them at the same time. It's typical hardcore fanboy behavior. But I, as a casual, as a new Epcot fan, I really fell in love with it last time I was here with Adam about a month ago. It's all new to me and it's all exciting to me and I love it all. I think it's just super awesome. I don't know how it used to be. Well, I know some about how it used to be and I appreciate it, I'm excited about it. But for me, I like Epcot just the way it is. I'm super stoked about how it is. I'm sure after they're done adding Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land, all that stuff to MGM and Avatar Land to Animal Kingdom and stuff, I'm sure they'll focus their attention back on Epcot and we'll get plenty of refurbs and plenty of new things. But for now, I'm just stoked on futuristic 1980s pavilions and learning about the land. And I hope, my goal is to get in this revolving restaurant at some point, which spins and has views inside the boat ride. And I think also the greenhouse, I don't know. Someday I hope to take the behind the scenes tour, which goes into their whole greenhouse area and their future farms and stuff, which by the way, they take the produce from the future farms and serve it at these tables. Anyway, I can't possibly hope to show you Epcot in one vlog or 1 million vlogs, so there will be more vlogs. But happy birthday, Epcot, and happy birthday to our land and our Earth. I don't know when our Earth was born actually, so it might not be its birthday. But why not have the same birthday as Epcot? Why not honorary Epcot birthday? Anyway, Epcot, happy 33rd birthday. You're 6 months older than me, which means you're all Epcot. Ha! I am spry and young, and I can do a jig. I can do a jig and almost slide. Now I don't know what to do. Circle of life. Do I do the land boat ride? Do I go back over to Nemo and the seas? I don't know. All kinds of things. Instagram, Live Fast I Pour. Snapchat, Live Fast I Pour. Twitter, Justin Scarred. And Periscope, JUSTINSCARRED. 2 R's. Justin Scarred. Scarred. Amazing stuff going on. Amazing stuff. And yes, Pirates of the Caribbean reopened over at Magic Kingdom. And yes, I'm going to Magic Kingdom tonight. Mickey's Halloween Party, October 1st, 2015. 20 more days till Back to the Future craziness. But for now, just October 1st, 2015. There's the land. And here we go back out into Epcot. Into
If we don't make it to that
future world. Just look how beautiful it is here. Look at this massive mosaic. There's so many things in Epcot. Amazing place. Okay, that's about it from me for now. See you guys later. Bye-bye.